Call the meeting to order and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And since we have a quorum, we can have a roll.
Counselor Geisler,
Here.
Counselor Nelson,
Here.
Mayor Boucher.
Here. We are going to move on to announcements. Do any counselors have announcements to make? I've got one that I'm going to get to.
Okay,
And-
I just had a quick again, compliment, thank you for the counselor elects for showing up and getting educated a little bit here. This, especially with the presentation we had earlier, and welcome to Representative-elect Natalie Zalesnikar, and we look forward to working with you in the years to come. So
Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, you know, tonight is the person seated next to me's last official city council meeting of a long and storied association with the city. I've got a little prepared script, so pardon me if it sounds like I'm reading. And many of us know the old saying, the only constant is change. But we're encountering some different type of change tonight with Gloria Nelson's last meeting as a city councilor. She's been a constant source of smart, thoughtful success during her time on the council. Consistency has been a hallmark of her time as a member of the council, and may be the best way to describe her dedication to the city of Hermantown and the community. Her efforts have led to consistent growth and consistent success for the city. She's served as a touchstone and voice for many people, particularly longtime residents, as our community has evolved. She was central in the Wellness Center project, the Boulder Trail coming online, and has always been supportive of responsible growth in the community. She's helped work toward better access for internet and broadband capabilities for all areas of Hermantown, not to mention the improvements to the Hermantown marketplace and our continued overall positive reputation as a business-friendly, family-focused community. She knows both of these attributes are important to Hermantown. She has deep roots here with her family as a small business owner herself. She has long been a consistent voice in both of these key areas as a counselor, and her impact will be felt far into the future, where we know there will be more change. We do have a small gift of appreciation for Gloria as a counselor. It doesn't violate any state law. But we'd like to thank you for your time and give you something to sip your hot cocoa in and remember us.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you so much. I love it.
And personally, I'd like to say that I appreciate your advice and your counsel and the way you have represented the long-term residents of the community. It's very important. We have two people coming on board who have some pretty deep roots in the community themselves. And I hope they can look at you as an example.
Oh my.
Thank you.
And I too have enjoyed, I think it's been 10 years for you, right?
Yeah.
Two, and then two terms of 4. So
Yeah.
it's been great. Yeah.
And I've known you both quite a bit longer than that.
That's right.
And just something to remember is that Gloria has been part of city government since 1992, when HEDA was formed. She was one of the original members. And that's a pretty big plus. Before that, she had some activity on the Chamber of Commerce that helped guide us in our directions then. And she was part of the original planning for the first Summerfest.
Mhm.
So she goes back a long way. Appreciate it.
Go
Would
ahead.
you like to say anything?
I feel really old. Not in my heart. Thank you for all those kind words. That was really generous. I appreciate it so much. Thanks to everybody at City Hall that I have the pleasure and honor of working with as well. It's really been a great journey. And I hope to see you all around. I'm
At
going to
least
be
at the
around.
Christmas party.
Yeah, I'm going to still be around. So thank you
Thank
very much.
Thanks.
Any other announcements from council? Now is our time for public hearing. We don't have any public hearings tonight, but we have communications on file. Mr. Mulder, would you just give a short synopsis of the presentation we saw earlier?
Yeah, so earlier this year, the city council filled the contract with Baker Tilly to kind of look at our staffing levels, particularly on this administration side of the building, administration, finance, future development, communications, and public works, and just how that workload has changed given stormwater utility, expansions of the sewer and water, and then also the creation of the road improvement plan. So we just had them look at our staffing levels and our organizational structure and made several recommendations. We'll take a look at those and probably develop a plan of action for presentation to the city council over the next 2 or 12 months.
Thank you. Public discussion. This is the time that any individual can address the council about any item not on the agenda. We ask that you limit your time to 3 minutes per person. Is there anyone present in chambers or online that would like to address the council? If so, state your name and address. Is there anyone who would like to discuss anything with the council? If so, this is the time. And the last opportunity for public discussion.
Mayor, if I could.
Yes.
Senator-elect Hochschild and current city council member is on the Zoom call. So we just want to take a minute just to thank him for
Yes.
his 2 years of service in the city council. We look forward to his continuing to serve the city in his new role. So we just want to thank Grant for his work. He brought some real skills and some insights with his background to the city council, and we appreciate his effort as a city council.
Yes. Thank you, Grant.
Yeah, thank you guys. And my apologies for not being able to be there tonight. You probably heard that my family has COVID, so we are all doing just fine, but I didn't want to put anybody in a situation to get that. So I look forward to working with you all as a state senator, and we're already getting to work on some things. So I'm really excited for the years ahead. And so thank you all. It's been really, really fun working on city issues the past couple of years with you all.
Yep.
Thank you. And
Yep, thanks, Grant.
I just wanted to remind everyone that Grant is still officially a city councilor until noon on January 3rd, 2023. Next, we have the consent agenda. Do we have a motion for the consent agenda, which includes the minutes, approval or correction of the December 5th council meeting and accounts payable?
I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
Motion by Councillor Geisler, second by Councillor Nelson. Roll call, please.
Councillor Nelson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny the request of Kathy Wagner Holte for burial in the Hermantown City Cemetery. Do we have a motion either way?
I can move again. I want to move to approve the request by Kathy Wagner for burial in the city cemetery.
I would second that.
Motion by Councillor Geisler, second by Councillor Nelson. Roll call, please.
Councillor Geisler,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And motion to approve or deny the following tobacco license renewal applications effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, contingent upon complete applications being received, successful background checks, and licensee fees paid in full. And I will defer to the attached list for that. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Councillor Nelson, second by Councillor Geisler. Roll call, please.
Councillor Nelson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Motion to approve or deny massage establishment license renewal applications for the following effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023. Contingent upon the complete applications being received, successful background checks and licensing fees paid in full. Cook and Killian Manual Therapy and Massage, Divine Intentions LLC, and the Well Company. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher,
Aye. Motion to approve or deny massage licensed therapist license renewal applications for the following effective January 1st, 2023 through December 31st, 2023, contingent upon the complete applications being received, successful background checks and license fees paid in full. I'll defer to the attached list. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher,
Aye. And ordinances. Ordinance 2022-14, City Council of the City of Hermantown does ordain an ordinance adopting amended and restated Title IV of the City of Hermantown City Code Municipal Sales Tax. This is a second reading. Do we have a motion?
I'll motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
Just a little background. Following the referendum which approved the 0.5% sales tax increase, the city council needs to approve an ordinance that reflects that. And then we need to get that down to the state of Minnesota Department of Revenue. And they'll do the process of notifying the business of how that's collected and when that's done. And then we have to publish this to our effect. So this will take effect on April 1st. And then you need to pass this before we can make that happen.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council? Is there any public input on this ordinance? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Is there any public comment on ordinance 2022-14? Last opportunity for public input on the ordinance regarding city sales tax. Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher,
Aye. Resolutions, resolution 2022-142. Resolution authorizing a summary of an ordinance adopting amended and restated Title IV of the Hermantown City Code Municipal Sales Tax. Do you have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder?
Again, this is typical of when we have longer ordinances that we just prepare a summary and have that published. The full text of the ordinance is available at City Hall.
Thank you. Is there any questions or comments from council? Is there any public comment on resolution 2022-142? We have an opportunity for public comment on the resolution authorizing a summary of an ordinance to be published. Is there any public comment on this resolution? If so, please state your name and address for the record. Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher,
Aye. Resolution 2022-143, resolution imposing an additional 0.5% sales and use tax for the Community Recreation Initiative. Is there a motion?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Mulder?
So this is a resolution recommended by the Department of Revenue that the city impose this tax along with the passing of the ordinance. And then this will direct staff to work with the state to make all of the necessary changes that need to be made so that they will administer that tax and collect it for us. We need to send this down to the Department of Revenue by the end of the year.
Thank you. Is there any comments or questions by council? there any public input on this resolution? Is there any public input or comment on resolution 2022-143? This is the last opportunity for public input on the resolution. Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2022-144, resolution reestablishing unchanged precincts and polling places for the city of Hermantown in 2023. Do we have a motion?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. Mr. Mulder.
We do not anticipate an election in 2023, but we are required to establish those precincts each on an annual basis. You should be aware that we are looking at whether that needs to change during the 2024 election for lots of different reasons, but we will have conversation with the city council over the next year about what changes, if any, that might need to be made. But this is an annual requirement that we need to submit to the county.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments from council? Is there any public input on resolution 2022-144? If there's any public input on this resolution, please state your name and address. Last opportunity for public input on the resolution reestablishing unchanged precincts and polling places. Roll call, please.
Counselor Nelson,
Aye.
Geisler,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. Resolution 2022-145, resolution authorizing and directing the mayor and city clerk to execute and deliver a cooperative agreement between St. Louis County and the city of Hermantown for 2023 chip sealing. And every reference to crack sealing in this motion should be changed to chip sealing. Do we have a motion?
A motion to approve.
Second?
Motion by Counselor Geisler, second by Counselor Nelson. Mr. Muller.
So the city is planning on putting chip seal down on Stebner Road from Highway 53 to Maple Grove. This is the one that we rebuilt like 5 years ago. And this work will be done by the county through a cooperative agreement. It's a much more efficient way for us to go get those bids, and we get a better pricing working with the county as opposed to just doing it ourselves.
Thank you. Any questions or comments from council?
I just would ask, the funding is just general levy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I gotta look, because we also talked about the possibility of using municipal state aid for this because it is a state aid road. So sorry, you kind of caught me off guard with that question.
I always gotta keep you on your toes.
Yes,
Caught him there.
we are going to try to use state aid for this money for this.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments from council or questions? Is there any public input on resolution 2022-145? If there's any public input on this resolution, please state your name and address. Is there any public input on the resolution for chip sealing of the Stebner Road? Roll call, please.
Counselor Geisler,
Aye.
Nelson,
Aye.
Mayor Boucher.
Aye. And the last item of business tonight is a motion to recess. Mr. Mulder?
Could I just make one comment before we recess?
Yes.
For the last 3 or 4 years, I have tried to give presentations on kind of my personal review of what's happened in City Hall or in city government in the last year. So just real quickly, in 2019, I said it was probably my best year. And I would say 2020 really wasn't a great year given COVID and all that. But 2022 probably was the most difficult year I've had on a personal level. So I appreciate your support through all of that. And as a city, we've done some pretty amazing work and that we can be proud of that will really change the community and at a new level, because with the passage of the referendum, we have the chance to, build another place where the community can gather at the, and it really is a center, as a community center in a different form with the ice arena. We created the opportunity to create that trail where community is being built on a one-on-one basis when neighbors go and walk on that trail together. And to me, it's like that is like is a great way for us to build community, is one-on-one with those members. And then with the reimagining of Fichtner Park has been a central feature of the city forever.
Yeah.
And this will give us an opportunity to give that reimagine that, to give this a life that it can be extended, but also a new life in the turf field and in that central area where we can have Summerfest and those events. So it's been a difficult year. We've done a lot of good work. We've got a good crew on board here. The city council has been great to work with. And so I just wanted to say at the end of the year, thank you.
Thank you. Now we need a motion to recess.
Motion to recess.
Second.
Motion by Counselor Nelson, second by Counselor Geisler. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Does anybody want to stay?